King Charles III isn't just managing royal duties, he's facing a family crisis of his own. The latest buzz from Buckingham Palace suggests that he's under growing pressure to remove Prince Harry from his will. The reason? Harry's actions since stepping away from royal life have caused endless headaches for the family. Now, with King Charles reportedly battling a serious health issue, insiders say it's time for tough decisions. Prince William, still frustrated by his brother's very public fallout with the royal family, is said to support this move. The wounds from Harry's revelations are still fresh, and it seems the royal family is running out of patience. A decision like this would send a clear message. Harry's actions, his disregard for family unity, and his habit of airing royal secrets in public won't be tolerated. But what makes this situation even more intriguing and frankly absurd is Camilla's role in it all. Yes, the ever-strategic Camilla appears to be pulling the strings behind the scenes. Reports suggest she's advising King Charles to cut ties with Harry, even encouraging him to ignore his son's calls, supposedly to protect his health. Convenient, isn't it? The question is, does she genuinely want to shield her husband from more emotional distress? Or is she, as some believe, ensuring that Harry remains on the outside to secure her own influence? The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle. Camilla's concern for Charles's health just happens to align perfectly with her own desire to keep a firm hold on the royal household. But let's not get too distracted by her so-called noble intentions. The real spectacle here is Harry and Meghan. Despite their grand escape to the U.S., where they were supposed to embrace independence, the couple seems more focused on capitalizing on their royal status while portraying themselves as victims. Instead of stepping away from the spotlight, they've jumped from one media deal to another, selling their story at every opportunity. Their once celebrated Netflix and Spotify deals, meant to secure their financial freedom, now seem less like golden opportunities and more like costly distractions. And now, with reports suggesting they're facing their own crisis as wildfires rage through California, one has to wonder, is this just another chapter in their ongoing PR saga? Could these two qualify for a disaster tourism award? Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the real working royals, Prince William and Princess Catherine, have been dedicated to meaningful efforts. The difference is striking. While the Prince and Princess of Wales focus on supporting the NHS, strengthening communities, and staying committed to their duties, Harry and Meghan seem more interested in chasing media attention as if it were a full-time job. It's no surprise that William is reportedly frustrated with his brother's actions. Harry's public missteps not only damage his own credibility, but also cast a shadow over the entire royal family. At this pace, William and Kate appear to be the only ones who still uphold the true meaning of service with dignity, while Harry and Meghan continue turning their every move into a spectacle. Prince Harry is currently locked in a high-profile legal battle against news group newspapers at the High Court. During this time, he has been making frequent trips to the UK, but not without expressing his frustration. In a particularly telling move, he previously chose to stay in a hotel rather than accept Buckingham Palace's offer of accommodations. Was this his way of defying the institution he once claimed to cherish? Or just another example of impulsive decisions fueled by a need for attention? Despite the ongoing drama and strained relationships, Queen Camilla has reportedly tried to be a calming influence. She has even reached out to Harry and Meghan with words of hope for reconciliation. But here's the real question. How realistic is that hope? The trust between Harry and his family, especially his brother, has been so deeply fractured that any talk of mending relationships feels more like wishful thinking than a genuine possibility. Maybe Camilla is simply playing the long game, keeping the door open for appearance's sake. Or perhaps she genuinely hopes to ease tensions. Either way, a reunion seems unlikely, and the rift between Harry and William is bound to persist for years. But let's focus on the bigger issue: King Charles's reign and his strained relationship with his youngest son. As Charles faces health challenges, the pressure is mounting for him to take decisive steps. Cutting Harry from his will could be the first move in making it clear that the monarchy isn't a stage for royals who rebel at the cost of tradition. This isn't a celebrity spectacle. The royal family carries a legacy, and that legacy doesn't include Harry and Meghan's latest PR maneuver. The stakes have never been higher, and the choices King Charles makes in the coming months could reshape the monarchy's future. The royal family is facing a true crisis, one that demands a steady hand and the unwavering commitment of those who understand its purpose. With Charles battling health issues and tensions with Harry escalating, the once unthinkable possibility of excluding him from the royal will is no longer out of the question. But regardless of whether that step is taken, the damage is already done. A family once united by duty now stands divided, with Harry's actions and Meghan's pursuit of the spotlight at the heart of the turmoil. The real question is, can the monarchy withstand this storm, or has the damage become a lasting part of its story? Let's take a closer look at the latest developments. This situation is far from over, and one key figure appears to be pulling the strings behind the scenes: Camilla. And if there's one thing she knows how to do, it's play the game, and play it well. With King Charles reportedly struggling with his health and facing increasing pressure from family members to distance himself from Harry, Camilla seems to be making the most of the moment. But is she acting out of genuine concern for her husband? Or is this a strategic move to solidify her influence and keep the power firmly in her hands? Stepping back for a broader view, as the royal family continues to navigate the fallout from Harry's dramatic departure and relentless media attention, Camilla appears to be positioning herself as the steady, level-headed voice of reason. Camilla is the one reportedly urging Charles to ignore Harry's calls, citing concerns for his health. Yet she remains deeply involved in every major decision. It's as if she's realized that playing the role of the devoted wife is her key to securing a lasting place in history. After all, how many people get the chance to be remembered as the one who saved a king from a public family crisis? But let's not mistake her actions for pure selflessness. There's a clear thread of opportunism running through her story. From her early days as the controversial mistress to her eventual rise as queen consort, Camilla's journey has been anything but easy. Yet, despite the obstacles, she has steadily climbed the ranks of royal life, even if it meant stepping on a few toes along the way. And now, with reports of King Charles's health declining, she seems to be making the most of every opportunity to strengthen her influence. Camilla isn't just playing the role of a supportive spouse, she's strategically positioning herself as the one in control. The more vulnerable Charles becomes, the stronger her influence seems to grow. And when the time comes for Charles to step back, Camilla's grip on the royal family could be tighter than ever. Now let's talk about the true motivation behind her actions. On the surface, advising Charles to distance himself from Harry might seem like a selfless act, a way to protect his health and the monarchy's stability. But in reality, it's a calculated move to secure her own hold on the royal family's future. If the rift between Harry and the rest of the family deepens, it weakens the monarchy's unity, creating the perfect opportunity for Camilla to step in and cement her power. The royal family is a fragile web of alliances, and even the smallest cracks can have lasting consequences. By backing the idea of cutting Harry out, Camilla is positioning herself as the figure who will keep everything intact once Charles is no longer at the helm. It's a brilliant strategy, if the goal is to claim power for yourself. And yet, the irony of this entire situation can't be ignored. Camilla's path to becoming queen consort has been anything but smooth. Her reputation, once marred by her affair with Charles while he was still married to Princess Diana, has long been a source of public scrutiny. Yet here she stands, once the target of widespread criticism, now the woman pulling the strings within the royal family. It almost feels like history is playing a cruel joke. Camilla, who has faced years of controversy, has somehow emerged as the one who has outlasted every challenge. But of course, her rise has come at a cost, especially for Harry. As she continues to steer Charles toward decisions that serve her interests, one has to wonder how long this fragile balance will hold. One thing is certain: Camilla isn't backing down without a fight. Some may believe Camilla's actions stem from love and concern for her husband, but a more cynical perspective suggests she is seizing an opportunity to solidify her power. It's as if she's playing the long game, patiently waiting for Charles's reign to end so she can emerge as the true power behind the throne. With nothing to lose and everything to gain, keeping Harry at a distance only strengthens her position. The more fractured the royal family becomes, the more control she stands to claim. Yet, as Camilla continues to shape Charles's decisions, one major question looms: what about the monarchy's legacy? If his reign is defined by division and Camilla's influence grows unchecked, what does that mean for the future of the royal family? Will the monarchy continue to stand as a symbol of unity and stability? Or will it spiral into endless power struggles, each more absurd than the last? In the grand scheme of things, Camilla's actions could very well shape the future of the royal family. She isn't just a bystander, she's actively steering the narrative, ensuring that she remains at the center of it all. Whether she's advising Charles to distance himself from Harry, or presenting herself as the voice of stability in an increasingly fractured family, every move is calculated. Camilla is proving that she understands exactly what it takes to hold on to power in the ruthless world of royalty. But don't be misled by her composed demeanor or apparent concern for Charles's health. This is a woman who has weathered the most turbulent storms of royal life and emerged stronger. While some may see her as a devoted wife, the reality is far more intricate. Camilla is a strategist, and she knows exactly how to play her hand. Whether the royal family can survive the storm Camilla is stirring up remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the future of the monarchy will be shaped by her influence, for better or worse. Her role in the ongoing royal drama has been nothing short of remarkable, though not necessarily in a positive way. If anything, she has proven herself to be a master manipulator, playing her hand so skillfully that it's almost impressive. As much as some might try to portray her as the devoted queen consort, it's hard to ignore the reality. Camilla is a calculating opportunist, always ready to seize an advantage. Let's not sugarcoat it. She has never been just the quiet, supportive wife that some believe her to be. She is much more than that. A woman who has navigated scandal after scandal, from her infamous affair with Charles to her eventual rise to power. Amid the ongoing family crisis sparked by Harry's fallout, Camilla is ensuring she remains at the center of it all, quietly orchestrating the next move. While Charles, overwhelmed by health struggles and constant pressure, deals with the aftermath, Camilla is making herself indispensable. She's not just a queen consort, she's a power player, pulling the strings behind the scenes and securing her influence. How convenient, right? What's especially frustrating is how she presents herself as the voice of reason, advising Charles to cut ties with Harry. Of course, she would. It works in her favor. With Harry out of the picture, Camilla can further embed herself in the royal decision-making process. But let's be clear, this isn't about love or concern for Charles's well-being. If this were truly about love and concern, wouldn't she be pushing for family unity instead of cutting Harry out completely? But that's not Camilla's style, is it? She's far too strategic to let something as inconvenient as family drama stand in the way of her ambitions. It's almost comical that she tries to portray herself as the steady, reasonable force in all of this. Her past is anything but calm, stable, or respectable. The fact that she now holds the title of Queen Consort, despite decades of public backlash over her affair with Charles, speaks volumes. Yet, against all odds, she managed to weave her way into the monarchy, securing her place while others were cast aside. Her rise to power may not have been smooth, but it was never surprising. She's always been there, lingering in the background, waiting for the perfect moment to take control. Now, with Charles aging and his health in question, she seems more than ready to step into the spotlight and ensure that the future of the monarchy is firmly in her hands. What better way to secure a legacy than by positioning yourself as the steady hand while your husband, barely holding it together, fades into the background? And then there's the younger generation, Prince William and Princess Catherine, the undeniable future of the monarchy. While Camilla maneuvers behind the scenes, the true heart and soul of the royal family rests with William and Catherine. Their dedication to duty, grace under pressure, and ability to handle public life with dignity make them the ideal leaders for the next chapter of the monarchy. But here's the problem. If Camilla continues to cling to her role as queen consort, there's a real risk that she'll hold on to power for far too long, preventing the younger generation from stepping fully into their rightful place. Wouldn't it be a refreshing change if Camilla simply stepped aside, allowing William and Catherine to take the reins without her influence looming in the background? It's time for the younger generation to take their rightful place, but as long as Camilla remains in the spotlight, moving the monarchy forward will be an uphill battle. The royal family can't afford to cling to outdated traditions or simply maintain the status quo. It must evolve, embrace the future, and give the public something to believe in. William and Catherine have repeatedly proven they are ready for the challenge. They represent the future of the British monarchy and deserve the opportunity to lead with the dignity and respect they've earned. The harsh truth, however, is that Camilla isn't likely to step aside anytime soon. She's too deeply embedded in the monarchy, too determined to hold on to power. But that doesn't mean we can't hope for change, right? Imagine a future where the monarchy is guided by William and Catherine, two of the most admired and respected members of the royal family. Despite the challenges they've faced, they have handled each one with grace, maturity, and, most importantly, a deep sense of responsibility, something that seems to be missing in certain areas of the royal circle. With that in mind, it would be refreshing to see Camilla step aside sooner rather than later, allowing the Prince and Princess of Wales to truly step into their roles as the faces of the monarchy. No matter how much Camilla tries to hold on to power, the reality is clear. The future belongs to William and Catherine. It's time the world fully recognizes that. This glimpse into the royal family's inner workings reveals a world filled with power struggles, hidden agendas, and strategic moves behind the scenes. Camilla's firm grip on her position, despite the undeniable readiness of the Waleses to take the lead, shows the lengths some will go to in order to maintain their standing. But no matter how hard she tries to stay at the forefront, the future of the British monarchy rests with William and Catherine. Their unwavering commitment to duty, resilience under pressure, and ability to connect with the public make it clear: change is inevitable. To stay focused on their duties makes William and Catherine the ideal leaders to guide the monarchy into the next generation. But what do you think? Will the public continue to accept Camilla's hold on the throne, or is it time for her to step aside for the future of the royal family? Share your thoughts in the comments. Has Camilla overstayed her welcome, or has she rightfully earned her place in history? One thing is certain: the royal family will never be short on drama. If you enjoyed this discussion and want to stay updated on all things royal, be sure to like and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest gossip, behind-the-scenes insights, and breaking royal news. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.